Good morning. It is another beautiful sunny day in Tasmania, and we're here at the trailhead of the Frenchmans Cap walk, which I think is roughly about 46 k's return. So I'm here again with Clarky, and we've actually just finished the Pine Valley walk yesterday, and we're starting this one today, which is Sunday, and we're going to be finishing on Wednesday. So it looks like the forecast is going to be really good for both today and probably most of tomorrow, and we're hoping to try and summit Frenchmans Cap tomorrow afternoon. Today we've got a 14-kilometre day walking through to Vera Hut, and then I think from tomorrow when we go through to the next hut, which is Tahoon Hut, it's a shorter walk, but it starts to get a fair bit of elevation gain, so it starts to get pretty challenging from there from what we understand. Anyway, we're just about to hit the trail and check out this next hike. So after a very tough day of hiking, we have arrived at our campsite here. It's a beautiful little spot, and we're at Vera Hut. It's actually quite a few people here, so unfortunately we've managed to find this really nice little spot tucked away in the bush, just not too far from where the hut is. And it was quite a warm day. The sun was actually pretty strong when you're walking through the open areas, and there were just some massive hills that we probably weren't expecting, so that was a bit of a challenge. But so I got Clarky's behind me just getting dinner underway. I'm just about to do the same, and then we've got a couple of neighbours here that we met at the trailhead.
Hello.
Sammy and Augustine. So we're neighbours for tonight at this little campsite, and it's just a really good little spot. So it was about 14 k's today, but I think it ended up being closer to 15 maybe. Just some tough hills. So we're glad to be here. It's a shorter day tomorrow, but apparently it's really just uphill all the way almost. So we've got a big hike up a massive hill tomorrow to get up to Tahoon Hut, which is where we stay tomorrow night, and then that's basically where we kind of head up to the summit. So we're going to try and do that in the afternoon tomorrow. So we're planning to get away pretty early tomorrow morning, hopefully, and get the hike out of the way, well, hopefully by early afternoon, and try and get up the summit in the afternoon while the weather's still good, because the following day I think it's going to start raining. Anyway, we're settled in here, happy to be here, and now I'm going to get some food happening. Good morning. It is the second day of the Frenchmans Cap hike, and that's exactly what you can see right behind me there, across the range there. It's it's an impressive looking peak, and we've just done a huge climb up out of the Lake Vera campsite this morning. We set off just before 8 o'clock. And I think we've come up roughly about 400 metres up this very hardcore hill to get up onto this pass.
Exactly 2 hours.
2 hours we've taken up to get up here. Clarkie's just informed me, so which is pretty good going. It was just so steep and tricky terrain, so a lot of rocks and tree roots and stuff. So this was where we planned to get to for a morning break, which is what we're doing now. The sky, again, at the moment is really clear. There's a bit more wind up today, which we can hear around us. So we're going to stop and have a snack. And because this is a pass, it looks like we are about to start heading down again. And I think we've done roughly about 2 Ks or so of the... I think it's about 6.5 Ks or something like that today. So it's slow going, but just pretty crazy terrain. So anyway, we're going to stop here, take in the views, and have a well-earned rest after that massive climb, and then keep sort of pushing on after that. Well, we've just recently arrived up here at Tahoon Hut after a pretty big slog again this morning. We left just before 8 o'clock this morning, and we've rolled in here just pretty much on 12 o'clock, so we've done pretty well. They did say it's about 4 to 5 hours of walking, so yeah, just great to be up here. And we've actually just sort of had some lunch, just having a coffee now, and then we're going to start heading up the summit just after that. So there's a bit of cloud starting to roll in after we've had such clear sort of benign weather for the last few days, and there's a bit of wind starting to pick up, so it's definitely the time to do it this afternoon to head up the summit. So yeah, just getting organised to do that, and yeah, it's a good little window of opportunity to do it. This hut is just unbelievable. It's still quite new, and it's just so amazing inside. So we've actually decided to grab a spot inside the hut tonight, given that there was also the chance of a bit of rain starting overnight, and it's just a good opportunity to check it out and stay in there because it's just so nice inside. All temperature controlled, and yeah, very fancy actually. So looking forward to being in there tonight. It looks like it's not going to be that many people either. I think there's just a few coming up tonight, so we might be fairly fortunate, and it's going to be fairly quiet up here. But anyway, we've still got one last bit to do this afternoon to head up to the summit of Frenchmans Cap. after 2 days of an amazingly strenuous hike, we have reached the summit of Frenchmans Cap, and we're standing up on that right now, just looking over these incredible views from up here. Just amazing landscape, just like nowhere else I've seen. And yeah, what an achievement! It feels like we're on top of the world up here. It's around about 1,480 meters, I think. I can't remember the exact height above sea level, but it just feels so high because everything else around it sort of is a fair bit lower, and it's just such a big climb up here. But yeah, wow, just what an incredible hike. I mean, this has got to be definitely the hardest hike I've ever done, I think. And you know, we're obviously going all the way back out over the next 2 days. So it's about 23 k's to this point, and yeah, another 23 to get back out, obviously. But yeah, wow, just so good to have this little window of opportunity up here with the weather. Just being so lucky with the weather for this whole stretch of time we've been here. It's just starting to cloud over a bit more now, as you can see, and it is going to start raining at some point, I think overnight tonight or tomorrow morning. So we're going to have a wet walk back out, but we've just got the we've just had such good weather for this entire trip so far. So just incredible, particularly with Tassie's changeable sort of conditions at any given moment. So anyway, just so happy to be here, and I even gave my wife a call just before, actually FaceTimed her and showed her some of the views from up here, because there's a really good signal from here. So just amazing. So anyway, we're going to hang out on the summit for a bit, just soak it all in, and then we're going to start the big climb back down. And when I say that, there literally is some climbing involved, sort of scrambling over rocks and stuff. So pretty challenging, but we've got a pretty nice hut to stay in tonight, and it looks like there's only 6 of us, and we're pretty much all up here. I'll actually just show you the other guys just behind me there, Clarky and 2 other couples who are all staying in the hut tonight. So I think pretty sure we've got the whole hut to ourselves. Alright, I'm going to sign out here for now, and we're about to start packing up and heading back down the mountain. This is the summit of Frenchmans Cap. After 4 days and 46 kilometres over sometimes gruelling terrain, Clarky and I have just finished the Frenchmans Cap hike back out to the trailhead here at the Lyle Highway. We were hiking just through really light rain this morning, and it's just starting to set in to be a little bit heavier now, so we've managed to beat the worst of it. And yeah, just amazingly, this is the only real rain that we've had on the entire trip. So we just can't believe our luck with the weather. It's just there was a little bit of a shower yesterday morning, but that was it. We weren't actually hiking in it even. So and today's rain was just nice and light and refreshing. So just so fortunate. But as far as this hike goes, I would say without question it is definitely the toughest hike I've ever done. Certainly not the longest, but just the terrain is just crazy. It's really tough going, but it is just so worth it for what you see at the top once you get up to the summit, and along the way too. It's just unbelievable. Like there's just nowhere else like it really that I've ever seen. It's just absolutely amazing. So I would definitely recommend doing this one if you're up for a physical challenge. with some very rewarding views at the end of it. It's just definitely one to come and do. Absolutely loved it, and certainly the weather made it even more enjoyable because we just got such good weather for the whole thing. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this one and all of the Tasmania trip that we've now completed. That is this hike done, and I'll see you out on the trail next time.